Hi friends, welcome back to my channel for another video. My name is Lauren. I am a homeschooling mom to 3 kiddos, and my husband and I live on a single irregular income. And here on this channel, I like to share our family's real life financial journey. Today, I'm going to be resetting our entire cash stuffing system and sharing an update about where I've been for the last 3 months. In my last video, which I'll link up in the cards here, I did a bunch of unboxings and sharing what I had bought for myself for my birthday well over a month ago now. So that was before we had quite a few changes, but I'm going to be using those things and resetting our cash system. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. Alright friends, so let's go ahead and jump into this video. I will admit I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this, so we'll be figuring this out along the way. My kids are up and home, so if you hear things, that's just the reality of life as a mom, and they are welcome to make noise in their own home. So the first thing I'm going to start with is switching my wallet that I take around with me. This is something I shared in my last video where I was unboxing things. I'm thinking about going from my big oversized A6 wallet from Missy Money to an A7 little one, also from Missy Money, because the reality is I really don't spend cash when I'm out and about. That might need to change, but as of right now, I use my credit card and then unstuff my envelopes as we go along. So by swapping to this, I'm thinking that I will use this in my binder setup and still stuff it with all the same categories like my daily and weekly spending. And this will be like where I pull all of that spending from and just keep all that together, but I won't carry this around with me. I'll just be carrying this little thing around with me and then have an envelope with a little bit of cash in it just to have cash. Since I started using the cash stuffing method about a year ago, it's kind of amazing to me how often I was actually needing cash and just happened to have it in my wallet then. Whereas before I'm like, I never carried cash around. I don't know how I, got by at those times. I don't really remember it ever being a problem, but it has come up a few times. So I think the first thing I'm going to do off camera is just switch over all of the things that I don't want to share here on camera. All right, so I have swapped out my personal things that I'm going to keep in my wallet from here. And I kind of cleaned this out a bit because this I'm just going to keep as like a binder in my system, like I said. So I'm gonna leave that bookmark in there for now, I think. And then I am gonna pull out the cash that I have in groceries, but that is all of the cash that I have in this wallet right now. It has been kind of a crazy summer that we were unfortunately unprepared for. Yeah, another reason I am considering leaving this at home, or one of the reasons I wanted to, is I like to use Missy from Missy Money. She shared her spent envelope system, the way she pulls from her cash envelopes and just keeps the money to pay off her credit card. But I just really don't like walking around with that amount of money on me at all. So I would still like to really use that system, but this way this stuff stays at home in the safe, guarded by dogs, and yeah, I feel a little bit better about that. So let's count what I had in that envelope. Okay, let's go ahead and count the cash that I had in that grocery envelope. I had 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47. $47 in the grocery envelope. So I think I am just going to, for the sake of ease right now, I am just going to pop this into this cash envelope here in this wallet. This is what I'm thinking I'd like to do with it. Just have a little bit of cash. I wonder how well that's going to work. I think it'll work, but just pop that in there for now. I might adjust that. That's probably a bit more than I was planning to walk around with, but yeah, we'll do that for now. The last thing I was considering doing with this wallet, but I don't think I'm going to. I was thinking about adding some pretty decor inside of it, but I don't think I'll do that. So that will be my wallet, and now our weekly spending, which will be in our binder system. All right, so the next binder in my system that I am going to rearrange are our holidays binder, just because it's easy. It's an easy thing to change because I know exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pop out the envelopes from our last binder, and I will reuse this binder, just not for holidays right now. So I've got these, and then I'm going to use this black binder for our holidays now. So let's pop those envelopes out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this frosted dashboard that says holidays, and then this like sparkler 4th of July dashboard in here. I think we're going to start with that, even though we're past the 4th of July, but it's just really pretty. So we're going to start with that, and then I am going to use these envelopes that I just got from Missy Money. Again, if you didn't watch my last video, I shared that I have a 10% off coupon code for Missy's shop in the description box. So if you want to pick anything up for yourself, be sure to take advantage of that discount code to save you just a little bit of money. So I'm going to use these envelopes that I got with her holiday, that's loud. Okay, with her holiday savings challenge. So let's just pop these envelopes in here. Okay, and then put, okay, there we go. And then these, and then we'll just go through. It's pretty. Okay. Let's go through our first holiday here. Okay, so some of these holidays are not holidays that I'm going to be saving for. And I shared in my last video that one of the changes that I want to make is having a long-term binder where I kind of keep like my goals. So things that I want to save for in the future, keep them in there and just kind of slowly be working those into our system as we're able to. So some of these holidays might go in there. So these are just the instructions. So the first one she has is New Year's, and I do think I'm going to use that one. I like these envelopes. Okay, and then Valentine's Day, I'm going to use that one. I don't think I'm going to use St. Patrick's Day right now. Easter, we will use this one. Oftentimes I host people for Easter for a meal, so we'll use that one. Let's see. Cinco de Mayo, we're not going to use that one. So Mother's Day, we are going to use, so buy our mother's flowers. Oh man, these envelopes are pretty tight, which I kind of like, but I'm gonna have to learn how to use them. Father's Day, I just think this is so cute. None of these have goals on them, obviously. I just opened the pack, but I'm gonna have to sit down and think a little bit off camera what the goals will be for these. 4th of July, do want to do 4th of July, so we'll put that one in there. This might be one that has to come out and be like a future plan, but we will put it in here for now. I'm going to have to learn how to do this. There we go. All right, Halloween, we're not a big Halloween family, so we won't use that one. Thanksgiving, we host both of our sides of the family on Thanksgiving, so that will be a big one. Christmas, and then the big game. Don't really do that one. Cookout, celebrate. So Missy is so awesome. So I posted on one of her videos that asking her if she would be willing to make like a 10 pack of just the Celebrate or just the Christmas or whatnot, because I would love to use these in my kids' birthday envelopes just so I can track where I'm at in saving for their birthdays. So, and she said yes, that she would do that with her next print run. So I have one now, and this is gonna be my youngest daughter's tracker for her birthday. Her birthday's in October, so that's gonna be the first one that we save for. So I'm going to pop this one out, and look here, I'm going to put these in order of when they are happening, like Missy does on her videos. So for us, we have Loxley's birthday is honestly probably the next one. And then, let's see, all the way back to Thanksgiving. So this is kind of encouraging because I've got some time to build these up, but I'm just gonna pop. And since I pulled some out, I have a few extras. So I'm just gonna pop those out as well. Set those to the side so I can figure out what to do with those later. But I'm gonna put these in the back since these are the ones we have the most time for. And so now we have Loxley's birthday. I do know that the goal for this is $300. So now I'm gonna go through and transfer from my old cash envelopes. So I am going to re-allot all of this money. So I am just going to put it all in the cash tray, and then we can count it up and re-allot this money once we know how much we have. I like my new cash tray. This is the first time I'm getting to use it. So let's see here, $2. It's really not a ton in any of these envelopes, but there's some. So, all right. And I'm gonna need to go grab my pen really quick. Okay, the goal for each of our kids' birthdays are $300. And so each one of these symbols is gonna need to be $6 each. So let's look and see what we have here from all of our envelopes. So I could do $18 here, and that would be 3 symbols. So let's see here, we got 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So $18 is gonna be 3 symbols. So let's go ahead and fill in 3 symbols to start. All right, so I really liked this pen a lot better than what I was using before. So we have a start on Loxley's birthday, and we have until October for this, but we're gonna need to keep good pace with that. And then I think the rest of this, let's see what Thanksgiving. Okay, so I think Thanksgiving, a good goal for Thanksgiving would be $250, meaning each one of these symbols would be worth $5. So if I did $15, that would be 3 symbols. So let's do 3 symbols in Thanksgiving as well. All right, so we've got 3 symbols in Thanksgiving. which is a start. So I think that that is all we're going to be able to contribute or fill with what we had in our holiday binder to begin with. But I'm going to just keep this $1 over here for the rest of our binders as we reset them. But I shared in some of our other videos that we had an unexpected summer, and so our priorities are changing, and we're going to do the best that we can. So that is our new holiday binder. We'll see next time I cash stuff if I can remember that this is the holiday binder though. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one other binder now. So we have our holidays binder is reset, and then I am going to do one other binder now. I'm gonna set this stuff to the side. And this is going to be our high priority binder. So let me just see here. These are all my new dashboards that I got. So high priority, I'm going to think of this as like my adulting binder, the things that are the highest priority to get funded. Definitely needs, not necessarily wants. So let's see what dashboard I want to use. It's not winter yet, but those are beautiful. Let's see. Let's do, I really like that one. Or this one. This one. I like them all. So let's see here. Which one? First off, let's go with, man, what do we like here? This one, or, ooh, this one's pretty. That one, or, okay, I am going to do this one with this binder here. So I'm gonna pull that all to the side. And this is just going to be our high priority binder, and this is going to be our only sinking funds binder besides our holiday savings challenge that I have in my system to start with, that we're going to stuff. So the first thing I want to do is just include this thing because it's so pretty, just as a little bit of encouragement or personalization here. So that is set. Let's look at the envelopes that I have. Oh, again, I already forgot that that's my holiday binder. Let's see. Okay, so the envelopes that I did already have in my system were these. I'm gonna pop those out. And then I also had some others that I pulled from the black binder when I was working on it. So the very first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through all of my new envelopes and pick out the ones that I definitely want in this high priority. So we need a home maintenance, car, homeschool, kids activities. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. Beef and food storage. Molly. I don't know if all of these are going to fit. Oh, you know what? Pause. I'm gonna need to adjust something a little later, but we're gonna stay with what we're working on here. So I'm gonna see if all of these will fit in this high priority. Let's see. Okay, as of right now, they do all fit. So I'm gonna go through and look here at what I'm gonna stuff in here and what I'm gonna transfer over. So this summer, I got kind of disconnected from our cash stuffing working on some projects with the house, which was definitely all my fault, nothing we should have done or I should have done. But it really wasn't too big of a divergence. I probably overspent by like $150 on some things. And I knew I did, but my thought was, I'll catch that up. That'll be no big deal. And then following that, we had a vacation that we had funded and went accordingly until we had car troubles. And our car troubles were much more expensive than we were anticipating. And so that kind of set us back a little bit more than we were expecting. But in my head, I was thinking, you know, we'll catch it up. It'll be all right. No big deal. But I was already feeling a little discouraged that I had overspent even $100, $150 on the home projects that I was doing. You know, just like repainting a wall in my son's bedroom, putting up some shelves in his room, just little things like that that I wanted to do, but I should have done slower and saved the money and paid in cash. But, and then, so our car maintenance set us back quite a bit, but we still were okay. And then one of my children had a medical issue, and all is well, but it has definitely, I'll get through it without crying, but it has definitely readjusted the priorities of our family. And that one expense between appointments, treatments, and whatnot was well over $15,000. And so right now our emergency fund is pretty well depleted, and things are just changing. So learn from my mistakes that overspending by $150 is maybe not that big of a deal, but I just have kind of taken it as layers. Like we had layers of preparedness, and each one of those layers just kind of eroded to kind of a real emergency. And I am thankful that all is well. Prognoses are great, and we are on a good road. It's going to be a long road, but it's a good one. And I am thankful that all of our needs are met. So yeah, that is where I have been. Lots of decisions are all my own fault, but emergencies do come, and I should have been more prepared. So anyway, on that note, our emergency fund and replenishing that is going to be a big part of our journey now from here on out. Paying off extra debt that we now have is going to be a big part of that as well. Replenishing our medical fund is going to be another big need. So then home maintenance and car maintenance definitely need to be beefed up. Homeschool, because we do homeschool our children, and we take it very seriously, so it's a high priority in our budget as well. Kids activities, again, trying to provide opportunities for our kids is very important to us. And so this envelope will be getting stuffed. Oops is going to go in the back. I love this oops envelope, as Missy has called it on her channel, Missy Money. I just find that fun. But that's going to be our overages, or we stuff it with a little bit just to try to help us get caught up with those little things that come up that maybe we're not fully funded on just yet. So kids activities. Then beef is for our cow that we get every year in the spring or late winter. Food storage, we do a lot of like Azure orders 4 times a year to bulk up some of our food storage. And with our medical stuff changing, the way we eat is definitely changing as well. And so yeah, just going to be prioritizing that. Our dog Molly, we have to take good care of her, and then our oops envelope. So that's going to be my high priority binder for now. Let's start with, I'm trying to decide. I think the envelopes that I am transferring over, where I have the envelope in here, I'm going to keep that money. And then if I'm just taking out the envelope, like road trip, I am going to just take the money out and add it to my cash tray. So then karate's a kid's activity. Molly, allowance. Did I have an envelope for this in my new system? I don't know. I'll put that to the side. medical, beef, vacation. Those are all gone, and that is done. Okay, so let's go ahead and do moving this over to our beef envelope. So we have $80 in, actually, I'm gonna start at the front. That way I'm not flipping through this whole thing all the time. Okay, so I don't have an emergency fund in that. I don't have extra debt, although we will be talking about that one. Medical, I'll put this back with my beef. Medical, we will be unstuffing all of this at a certain point, but right now we have $40 in medical, so we'll slide that in. These are brand new envelopes from Simply Budgeted, and I really like these. They're great. Home, I don't think, no. Car, homeschool. Let's see how much we have in this one. Homeschool, we have $10 in homeschool. Let's see. I mentioned in my last video, I think some of these got a little damaged in shipping, but I'm hoping that they will straighten out. It's not too big of a deal. Kids activities, that's my karate envelope. So let's see, we have $40 in kids activities. And then beef, we have $20, $40, $60, $80 in beef. Stuff that. Okay, no food storage. Then we've got Molly, and I will insert a picture of Molly here. She's our golden doodle, our golden doodle, even though she looks like a retriever because she's got 3/4 retriever in her, but she's a golden doodle and she is the family favorite. So we have $40 for Molly. And I'll tuck that in there and move this off to the side. Okay, so then, oops, let's add the $3 to oops to get us started. And I'm actually going to pull my wallet, my new wallet out. And let's see how much cash I want to keep in there. I think maybe $30 would be good in there. Just in case I need something. And then the rest of this we'll put in oops. And we'll maybe divide that up or whatnot later. But for now, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. $20 going into oops. Okay, so that is our high priority binder. And then for my wallet, then I've got $30. Yeah, that's better in my wallet, just to have it in case I need it. I think I'm gonna order another one of these for receipts for the back of this wallet. But let's see, that is my wallet, high priority. And then our medical, let's see, I'm gonna set these to the side. I want to do a long-term one. And actually, I was going to fix this. So I want to pull out all the birthdays for our family and put those in our holiday binder where they go. So, kind of forgot I had these envelopes to go with it. So I'm gonna try this with Loxley's birthday. I might ditch these envelopes for now because it might bother me that they're not all the same, but we'll see. So let's tuck this into Loxley's birthday like this. So that'll be, it's okay for now. I don't love it, but sometimes it takes me a while to be okay with new things. So we'll put Ainsley's birthday in there, and then we'll put Easter, be my husband Aaron, and then James there, and then my birthday is between, yeah, about here. Father's Day is sometimes on, around, whatever, but put that there. And then when Miss launches her packs of Celebrate, I will just tuck those in there. So fixed that. Now let's look at the binders that I have left. Let's do this dark green one. I really love this. This is going to be my long-term, or what I'm thinking would be my goals binder. So let's pull out the long-term frosted dashboard first, because I know that I want that long-term. So long-term, these are the things that I'm hoping to prioritize. Let's see. What do we like? That one. That one. Let's see. Oh man, I really like these winter ones. Palm trees? Oh yeah, I like that one. Okay, so let's do the palm tree long term here, like that. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna add this one just for the fun of it, and we'll do the matte black on this one, just so I have something fun to mess with when I open it. Okay, so now I think here is where I'm going to add in all of the things that I hope to save for in the future. I gotta find, there it is. Okay. And so I've got these envelopes that I have made, and then the rest of these holidays. Let's see. I'm gonna look through these and see. Okay, the cookout, we don't really, big game. I mean, Cinco de Mayo, St. Patrick's Day. You know, I don't think I'm gonna include any of these right now in there. Maybe I'll add to them later. Let's go with, so there's a dental, vision, Bible quizzing, road trip, health and wellness, beauty and grooming, clothing. Nope, not right now. Okay, so, man, I'm wondering. We will have pictures for the kids, and we will do the state fair. I wonder if we just do a family fun. Gifts, even though it would be small, and clothing. It's one of these things where I want to really attack our debt and our emergency fund, but I also want to be wise in having things, like preparing for things that will inevitably come. They won't be an emergency because we know they will be coming, but so let's see. I think for sure pictures. Let's see. I didn't have a super detailed plan of what I wanted to do yet. Let's see. High priority. Emergency, extra debt, medical, home, car, homeschool, kids activities, beef, food storage, Molly, oops. Let's see, kids activities. Let's do gifts and clothing and family fun. That way I can be putting a little bit to the side, or trying to budget a little bit for these things, while recognizing that they can only be so much. Okay, we'll try that for now. Pop those in. I would really like my high priority binder to be ones that I can stuff even a little bit into it every check. So I'll just have to see how this works. But now let's pop pictures in. None of these are really in order, but this will just hold all of my categories I want to have and things I want to save for in the future in there. So now my current lineup for my system is, let's see. So I have my new A7 wallet that I'm gonna try out and see if I like using this. Then I have my weekly spending, which has what was normally in my, oh, you know, one thing I want to do, I want to swap this out. I was thinking of this as I was stuffing things. I want to have something different in my wallet. So I think I want this one with the frosted dashboard that says "Do Today Well." Yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think I want to do that for now, just to make this one kind of pretty. It's already open. I am struggling. Okay, so there. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, Do Today Well. So this is gonna be my weekly spending that I stuff, but I'm not gonna carry this around with me. And this is also going to house my spent envelope for now. So we've got that one for my weekly spending. Then I'm gonna have high priority. Okay, I'm almost talking to myself, so I know. High priority. Then we have our holidays savings challenge. And then we're gonna have my long-term, what I hope to save for, although I probably won't pull this out every week. That'll just be in my stuff. And then as far as a savings challenge, I am going to start some sort of savings challenge. Actually, pause that. Okay, so the last thing that I am going to do is I am going to pop this rainy day savings challenge into my weekly wallet, or my weekly spending, not my wallet now, but let's pull it in here. So my weekly spending, I'm gonna tuck this into the back here because we have our emergency fund, but I would like to very slowly be getting like 1 week ahead, then 2 weeks ahead, then, you know, to be able to get a month ahead on our stuff, because we have basically depleted the majority of all of our savings and stuff to cover a medical emergency. So again, I am very grateful that all is well, all will be well, and we're on a good trajectory. But so that is a very long-winded video of resetting my system and sharing where I've been for the last 3 months. And my next video will be stuffing our bank binder. And then I guess I didn't even include that in my system. So then I have my bank binder. If you guys are not new to my channel, you've seen this before, but we get paid once a month. And so I go through and I put all of the money for our cash stuffings in this bank binder. So my next video will be stuffing my bank binder for August. And then the next video, we will be back to regular cash stuffing. So I'm very excited to jump back into this. And I am grateful for all of you who are here, who have come back after 3 months. And I've had a number of you reach out and just say that you missed me and want to make sure that all is well. And I really, really appreciate that. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.